Good morning. I am trying to give up all of my bad habits all at once, but I've been going back and forth with it, so it's not like the first time. And I just want their advice because I love coffee. I love it. And I use cigarettes to escape my stressors, because if I don't escape, then it brings my frequency down. So I feel like those, I don't know, but they can't, they're not sustainable, and I'm supposed to bring in my abundance. So how am I supposed to do that with all this low frequency behavior? So what are their thoughts? How do I let go of the things that are helping me and the things that I find joy in? Do I really find joy in? I don't know. Let's see. What do you have to say, Rosalind and Jocelyn? Dear Kelly, what would we say to someone who wants to give up something that they, whether they enjoy it or not, they find a reason for it in their life? And the answer to that is to focus on the why, right? Anybody who's a self-help teacher or inspiration will tell you to focus on why you're doing something. So you've kind of been exploring that. You're bringing in the light. You're a light worker. You're bringing in the light. You're activating your light body. What's going to come when you activate your light body? Well, I've already experienced some miracles. I just watched a video about this other person going to Shasta and the magic. Can you imagine being able to identify what we used to, who you used to think were human, but are actually ETs walking among us? And when you understand that extraterrestrials are multidimensional beings, we've been programmed to think of ETs as almost lower in intelligence, right? Greys, and even ET, right? The movie. They're like animals. We think of them like animals, but actually they're light beings. They're almost angelic, and they're helping us. We don't value the things that have value because we've been programmed. So in order to give up your bad habits, you've got to retrain your mind to understand how to look at the world. Were you taught correctly? Were you taught sincerely? Or were you taught lies and you're really stuck in a nightmare? When you realize, some people are afraid to admit they're in a nightmare, okay? But this isn't heaven. Wars wouldn't exist in heaven. So did God create war? No. God didn't create war. War could only exist outside of God. So this is a dream. This is a dream where we have to dig deep and choose to be an expression of love instead of the lies, believing the lies. And we were programmed as children to believe it, so it's not easy. It's not easy. It takes gruesome trials to come to the truth. And so how do you move on from coffee, Kelly? Well, you got to find something more meaningful to you and more joyful in your life than coffee. When you do that, you really won't think about coffee. And the longer you make it without it, the less you're going to think about it, right? Because your brain is programmed by your recent experiences. So if you can put some space between you and coffee just for a little while, it won't nag at you so much. Kelly likes to understand bad behaviors in the way that she understands how digestion works. And if you eat sugar, it feeds the bacteria that crave the sugar. So when you take the sugar away, those bacteria have to die and they scream for the sugar. So yes, it's hard for the first couple days without something. So we told Kelly to spend day one with self-compassion. of giving up these things. Day 2, Epsom salt bath to cleanse all of the toxins that are being released as you don't cover them up with more toxins. That's what happens when you go on a detox. As you stop putting the toxins in your body's it's not ready for that. It's expecting those toxins. So when you stop putting them in your body, you start cleaning up the layers underneath where the toxins were sitting, and they were just sitting there and wreaking havoc. And when those toxins are loosened, much like if you were to get mercury taken out of your teeth, you've got to be careful with the detox, because the mercury can travel to other systems where it wasn't laying dormant while on its way out. And that's a process that you just have to be, careful with. They have vacuums at the dentist that suck it out. And it's the same with sugar. If you want to give up sugar, you've got to fortify yourself during that process of die-off. Okay, so we recommend an Epsom salt bath just to have a little ceremony for yourself where you call in help. You can be very mindful in the bathtub. And then the Epsom salts are going to help you purify. And then on day 3, we suggested that you commit to your future. And that's where we want to help you brainstorm right now. We want to help you commit to your future for tomorrow. So today's day 2, by the way, for Kelly. So tomorrow, you've experienced, as you try to be grateful for things in your life, it's not very profound, your gratitude. You can feel it. Something's lacking. Because you just can't believe that you've been blessed. You still just can't believe it. You can't believe that good is coming, and to some degree, but we want you to really consider the magic that's out there. The dragons and the Sasquatch and the fairies and the elementals and the land spirits. She started to see animals with more consciousness recently, communing with the birds. Their cat is so funny. Kelly's cat can open the front door. We fortunately don't have a knob. We have a lever as a handle to our door all over our apartment. And she just jumps up. First she meows a couple times, see if someone will come open it. Then she jumps up and just pulls down. I don't know how she does it. She does it coming in and going. She can do it from the inside or the outside. I don't know. She must get the angle just right as she falls. But how impressive is that? And she likes to crawl up on their shoulders and nestle. And she doesn't like to stay long. She'll lay on your lap. But she goes when she feels like going, They all love her. So there's magic here. There's magic in communicating with another species. And now that you've been experimenting with your light body, calling on the light, activating your chakras, grounding, experimenting with forgiveness and compassion and self-love, listening to your guides, listening to Mother Earth tell you about how much love she has for you, swimming in the crystal core of Mother Earth, which is the essence of unconditional love, walking through the forest and just seeing majestic beauty in the forest. It's effortless. It doesn't even take a special forest. You can go anywhere. So when you're contemplating your future, Kelly, we want you to contemplate the magic that's coming. That this is going to be beyond anything you can possibly imagine. That's why we say affirmations are the slow route. Because you guys can't even fathom the magic. Okay? The answer really is understanding that there's a benevolent creator out there who created a multidimensional world that's beyond your understanding. And you want to explore it Be a kid again. Be curious. Be unconditionally loving and curious. It's the best way to live. Go play. Go swim. You know, when you're doing your work, get distracted. Distract yourself while you're working. That's how you can teach yourself how to play. Get distracted. Kelly's so frustrated with her kids when they are supposed to be doing chores and they're like, look at the bubbles. Look how high I can blow this bubble. She's like, no, the soap is going to get on the floor that just got clean. Don't do that. Let them do that, Kel. Don't shut down their creativity and their imagination. The phones are already doing that. Okay. So, do you want to give up coffee? Well, you know it doesn't feel good. You know it makes you jittery. So that's why you're giving it up. Not because you love it and we want to take away something that you love. You're giving it up because it makes you jittery and it makes you bloated and, you know, it's not worth it. Once in a while is fine. But day after day after day after day after day, those toxins are buried inside you. So you got to let the toxins come out by, you know, fasting from things. Minimalism, eating less, live on less. Okay? And then it becomes a real treat when you do have it. We're not saying give it up forever. We're just saying cut out the habit part. Okay? And then you become prepared to receive miracles when your body is clean. And the miracles are going to be mind-blowing. You have no idea. You really have no idea. All the advanced technology used for good, you guys have no idea what's coming. So, listen or not, resonate or not with this message, but it's just going to feel better and better and better. And the proof will come. The proof won't be for anyone else. It'll just be for you. It's a private journey. It's not for you to brag about. It's not for you to be convinced by or convince anyone else of. It's a personal journey because you're creating the entire thing in your mind from your perspective. You're fractal. Okay, this feels long enough. Sending light. You're doing what we can't do up here in the 5D. You're on the earth. You're anchored. You're going to ground this message into the 3D. That's why we're so grateful when you listen, because all we can do is advise. It seems amazing what we can say to you. But you're the one who's going to transmute the physical. So, sending you light. We're blessing you. We're patiently watching, curiously, what you choose to do with all of this. And so it is.